Quezon City, Manila, July 2026. The sun blazed over the sprawling metropolis as a young woman walked into a room filled with reporters, cameras, and the weight of an entire nation's expectations. But this time, she wasn't there to talk about rankings. She wasn't there to relive her Wimbledon glory. She wasn't there to accept another award or sign another endorsement deal. She was there to give something back. Alex Eala, the 21-year-old who had conquered Wimbledon's center court, who had dethroned Iga Swiatek, who had climbed to world number 28, who had become the first Filipino to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam, stood before the cameras and made an announcement that would send shockwaves through the tennis world. She was donating $5 million to build a free tennis academy for Filipino children. The room fell silent, then erupted, because this wasn't just a donation. This was a statement, a declaration, a promise from a young woman who had been given an opportunity at 13 years old, a scholarship to the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, and had never forgotten where she came from. The money came from her own pocket, her WTA career earnings, which had surpassed $2.6 million, her endorsements from Nike and other sponsors, the £309,000 payday from her historic Wimbledon run. Every cent she had earned, she was now pouring back into her homeland. "I grew up on a court where a basketball court was painted over a tennis court," she had once said. Those humble beginnings became the foundation of one of the most remarkable rises in Philippine sports history. And now, she was going to ensure that no Filipino child would ever have to play on a painted-over court again. The tennis world is stunned. The Philippines is celebrating. And a new chapter in Alex Eala's legacy has just begun. Welcome to RallyVerse. To understand why Alex Eala's $5 million donation is so significant, you have to understand where she came from. She was born in 2005 in Quezon City, Philippines, a nation of 110 million people that had never produced a Grand Slam singles champion. Never. Not once. In a country obsessed with boxing and basketball, tennis was an afterthought, a sport played by the wealthy elite, not by national heroes. But Eala was different. She was introduced to tennis by her late grandfather, Roberto Maniego, whom she affectionately called Lolo Bob. She played on a court where a basketball court had been painted over a tennis court. She dreamed of something bigger. At just 13 years old, she caught the attention of the Rafa Nadal Academy. After winning the prestigious Les Petits as junior tournament in France, representatives from the academy reached out and offered her a scholarship. It was a life-changing moment. It was a big thing, Eala later admitted. She packed her bags and moved to Mallorca, Spain, leaving behind her family, her friends, and everything she had ever known. Her family publicly acknowledged that the scholarship wasn't enough on its own. They had to look for supplementary private funding. But they made it work. For 5 years, Eala trained at the academy, honing her skills and developing into one of the sport's brightest young stars. She graduated in 2023, and then she began her assault on the tennis world. The rest is history. The 2025 Miami Open semifinal, the Wimbledon 2026 run, the victory over Iga Swiatek on center court, the climb to world number 28, the presidential citation from Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the homecoming that brought thousands of fans to her doorstep. But through it all, Eala never forgot where she came from. She never forgot the painted-over court. She never forgot the struggle. She never forgot the children back home who dreamed of following in her footsteps. And now, she was doing something about it. The press conference was held at a hotel in Manila. Reporters from every major news outlet in the Philippines were packed into the room. Cameras flashed. Phones recorded. The anticipation was palpable. Eala walked in wearing a simple white blouse and jeans. No designer dress. No elaborate makeup. Just the same girl from Quezon City who had captured the nation's heart. She approached the microphone and took a deep breath. "I have been incredibly blessed," she began. "At 13 years old, I was given an opportunity that changed my life. The Rafa Nadal Academy reached out to me and offered me a scholarship. Without that opportunity, I would not be standing here today." She paused. The room was silent. "And I know that there are thousands of Filipino children out there who have the same dream I had, who have the same talent, who have the same drive, but they don't have the same opportunity." The cameras clicked furiously. "So today, I am announcing that I am donating $5 million of my career earnings to build a free tennis academy for Filipino children." The room erupted. Reporters shouted questions. Cameras flashed. The news spread across social media in seconds. The numbers were staggering. Eala had earned more than $2.6 million on the WTA Tour so far. In the 2026 season alone, she had earned $1,285,330. She had made Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia class of 2026, emerging as the country's highest-earning netter of all time. And now, she was giving a significant portion of it back. The $5 million donation would cover land acquisition, construction, equipment, coaching staff, and scholarships for underprivileged children. The academy would be free for all students, with no tuition fees, no equipment costs, no hidden expenses. I want every child in the Philippines to have the same chance I had, Eala said. I want them to know that their dreams are valid, that their potential is limitless, that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. The academy is not just a dream. It's a blueprint, a carefully planned institution designed to develop the next generation of Filipino tennis champions. The location has not been officially announced, but sources suggest it will be built in Metro Manila, with easy access for children from all over the country. The facility will include multiple tennis courts, a fitness center, classrooms, dormitories, and a sports medicine clinic. But the most important part of the blueprint is the scholarship program. Eala has committed to fully funding the education and training of at least 50 underprivileged children per year. These children will receive free coaching, free equipment, free accommodation, and free academic support. We will identify talented children from all over the Philippines, Eala explained. We will give them the same opportunity one was given. We will train them, educate them, and prepare them for the world stage. The academy will also serve as a training hub for the Philippine national tennis team, providing world-class facilities that the country has never had before. The National Academy of Sports has already pointed to Eala's experience at the Rafa Nadal Academy as a blueprint for developing Filipino athletes. The Rafa Nadal Academy approach, combining world-class coaching with formal education, is exactly what we need, said a sports official. Alex Eala is proof that this model works. And now she is bringing it home. Eala's decision has been met with widespread praise from the tennis community. Rafael Nadal himself is reportedly proud of his former student. The Rafa Nadal Academy, where Eala trained since she was 13, paid tribute to its standout graduate. But the praise that matters most to Eala comes from the children who will benefit from her generosity. Children who, like her, grew up playing on cracked courts and dreaming of something bigger. Eala's donation didn't come out of nowhere. It was the culmination of years of reflection, of gratitude, of a deep-seated desire to give back. In interviews, Eala has often spoken about the importance of representing her country. Wherever her tennis journey takes her, Alex Eala makes it a point to carry the Philippines with her, one profile noted. She has said that she is deeply proud to be Filipino and committed to representing the Philippines wherever her career takes her. But her inspiration goes deeper than national pride. It comes from her own experience as a young girl who was given an opportunity that changed her life. The Rafa Nadal Academy reached out to her after she won Les Petits, as in France. It was an unexpected opportunity, a lifeline that she and her family seized with both hands. The scholarship wasn't enough on its own. Her family had to find supplementary funding. But they made it work. I know how hard it is, Eala said. I know the sacrifices that families have to make. I know the uncertainty, the fear, the hope. And I want to make it easier for the next generation. She also drew inspiration from her grandfather, Roberto Lolo Bob Maniego, who introduced her to tennis. He passed away before seeing her achieve her greatest successes, but Eala has always dedicated her victories to his memory. He believed in me when no one else did, she said. He took me to that court with the basketball lines painted over it. He showed me what was possible, and now I want to do the same for other children. The donation is also a response to the lack of government support for tennis in the Philippines. Eala's uncle, Nali Eala, has previously stated that her training at the Rafa Nadal Academy and international campaign had been financed by the family and private sponsors, not the government. Eala is taking matters into her own hands. The $5 million donation is the most significant act of philanthropy in Philippine tennis history. But for Alex Eala, it's just the beginning. She has already scheduled more fan events with Nike, BPI, and Globe over the coming days. Then, she will turn her attention to the North American hardcourt swing. The Mubadala DC Open in Washington from July 27th to August 2nd. The National Bank Open in Toronto. The Cincinnati Open. And finally, the U.S. Open, where her world number 28 ranking will see her seated. But no matter how far she goes, she will never forget the moment she announced her donation. The moment she looked into the eyes of her countrymen and promised to give back. The moment she cemented her legacy not just as a tennis champion, but as a national hero. From the cracked courts of Quezon City to world number 28. From a 13-year-old girl alone in Spain to a philanthropist donating millions to build a free tennis academy for Filipino children. From being told she couldn't do it to standing on the brink of Grand Slam glory. Alex Eala has defied every expectation. And now, she is ensuring that the next generation of Filipino champions will have the same opportunity she had. Laban Lang. Always. And remember, on RallyVerse, we bring you the stories that define the sport, the drama, the generosity, the moments that change everything. Stay tuned for more.